Hey guys, today I'm going to take you through what it will look like and be like when you get your first initial meal plan through Feed for Function. So today I'm going to be using Tina as an example. She's been with me for a long time. She has different options on her meal plans to choose from. And so I'm going to choose her because across the board you're going to get to see everything that you might come into contact with on your meal plans through Tina. So when you open up your first meal plan, your name is going to be on the top in blue. You are going to scroll down. You will not have multiple meal plans to start out. You will just have one meal plan that will have a gold star in that left-hand side. That indicates what meal plan you are currently using and on. So look for the meal plan with the gold star. Once you find that, you are going to click on that blue link. In this one, it says Plan 2 of 4 June. I'm going to click that. And it's going to take you to your plan. Now, if you are looking at your plan on a desktop, it is going to look a lot more organized and not so condensed down, but on the phone, it's just fine and it'll work just fine for you to look at. So, you will scroll down, you'll see the name of your plan in the blue. You'll see that it was created by me, Misha Marie. And then you'll see your meal plan targets. These are predominantly for me to make sure that I'm hitting your numbers each week. But if you're a numbers person, absolutely feel free to check them out as you scroll down. Now, the meal plan instructions are going to be extremely important for you to read over. All of the notes and instructions are extremely important for you to read over, but make sure each week, even though things might look similar, just skim over your instructions and all of your notes and make sure you're not missing any information that could be important to your meal plan. So as we scroll down, you're going to see for Tina's plan, I have structured what days I want her to eat higher carb and what days I want her to eat lower carb. This is extremely subjective and your plan might not have this on it. It's just going to be what works for you and this is what works for her. So just using this as an example, you can see the notes that I have written her. As we scroll down, lots of things written and listed that are very important for her to take into account, and that will be important for you to take into account. So as you scroll past those instructions, you will see your first meal. For Tina, it's going to be turkey breast, egg white, and a gluten-free wrap. She is going to make an egg scramble with her turkey breast, any seasoning she likes, and then she's going to eat it inside a wrap. And she's always welcome to add vegetables. Same goes for you unless specified. So I just want to point out here on meal 1 and on all of your meals, you're going to be able to see as you scroll over your normalized serving. This is the amount that you always follow. If you scroll to the right, you'll see there's sometimes under the notes, alternate servings. That's giving you a guideline on what in general the food serving is, but do not go by that. Always go, as you scroll to the left, by this normalized serving. Those are the amounts I need you to follow. If you have any questions or anything is confusing about that, just shoot me a text or an email. If we scroll down, you'll see this meal has instructions, as do all the meals. The instructions, again, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to make sure you're reading them over. Many details are sent through these instructions, and if you do not read them, there's going to be a lot of unanswered questions and a lot of confusion on both of our parts. So go ahead and read all of those every week, every meal. Now, on your meal plan, you might not have this, you might have it. there will be an alternate meals button below the notes of each meal if you have one. If you do, it'll be listed as alternate meal 1, or maybe like Tina's, it'll say meal 1 low if it's a low carb day. It'll be in a blue box. So I'm going to need you to click on that meal 1 low just to see it as an example. And you can see Tina's meal is slightly switched up by adding avocado and omitting that wrap for a lower carb option and higher fat option on her low carb day. To get back to your main meal, there are going to be 3 dots in that right hand corner above the blue meal 1 low bar. Click those. You can see there's a lot of options here. I will let you explore that on your own, but you can see it says view primary meal towards the bottom. Just click that and it'll take you back to your regular meal. Again, not everyone's going to have that option. If you do, that's how to maneuver through it. I'm just going to scroll down so you can see there's snacks, notes, alternate snacks. Sometimes, like on meal 2 for Tina, it'll be a recipe. If you have a recipe, you can see in the notes, it specifies where I will send it. For Tina, I sent it through an email. That'll be the predominant way that I do send you your recipes to stay organized, but sometimes if they're attached to your meal plan, it'll be specified in the notes. And the same details go for all of the following meals and snacks that we just covered. Just scrolling down so you can see. Now, I'm going to scroll up quickly. Get to the top of the meal plan again. And I'm going to exit this meal plan. I'm going to push the back button. Take me back to your main meal plan page. And I want to show you how to print your meal plan. Things are usually followed a little better and easier if you can just print it out and look it over instead of having to log online every time you want to see your meal plans. But you do what is best for you. So to print the meal, the bar that is blue that has the gold star to the left, you're going to click those 3 buttons to the right and hit export. From export, you're going to be able to print your meal plan and everything is laid out. As you can see visually, it's a little cleaner. The only difference when you export a meal plan is that your initial meal plan notes are going to be at the very bottom of your plan, as opposed to online when you're looking on your phone with them being at the top of your plan. Just make sure every week you read everything over before emailing me with questions, because usually a lot of questions are answered in all of the notes. I'm going to go back. And then I want to show you and specify this and hit on this because it's another important factor to your meals each week. You are going to have messages from me in Feed for Function through your profile. So to access those messages, up in the right-hand corner, there's a blue button and it says Messages. For me, when I click on this right now, it's going to look a little different because I have multiple clients. But for you, it's going to take you straight to your message board. Every week that I send you a meal plan, you are going to also receive a corresponding message with additional details. It is imperative that you read these over. So I'm going to click that button, Messages. And then you can see this is not for Tina, it's for another client, but I'm just specifying directions, things that I did, why I made certain changes. And then if, say she had a recipe, I would let her know where it was, how to access it, if she needed to sub things in or out. All of those extremely important details that can mess with your progress are going to be in messages and notes. So every week after I email you, it will, or message you, it will send you a corresponding email through the email address that you signed up with Feed for Function with. You should get an alert in your emails. Sometimes this goes to spam. Make sure you have Feed for Function and No Lateral Movements emails marked to go into your initial main email inbox instead of to the spam folder, because it's going to be very important that you get these notifications. If you don't get them through email, make sure that you have the ability to just check manually your messages every week after you receive a new meal plan. So if I scroll down, I'm going to go through just a couple more things that are important. Go back to your main meal page. If you scroll down all the way, I don't want to make you dizzy here, but if you scroll down all the way underneath your meal plans, you will see there are options: instructions, weight training and cardio, supplements, and client notes. A lot of people are not going to have details under these options just because I will send it different ways. I'll communicate with you through email and PDFs for things like supplements and things like that. But it's important to keep checking and just making sure I haven't made any changes. The instructions, again, imperative that you read over these. Everything is going to be specified here. And then sometimes you'll have notes that say a recipe will be attached to, or something for my own needs for tracking for you will be attached in there. But you can click on those and see what your options are. And that is pretty much it. The biggest thing that I want to specify is that you read over your notes, you read over your instructions every single week, and you make sure you read your messages after you receive each meal plan. Other than that, pretty straightforward, and I am always here to answer any questions you might have. I thank you for watching this video, and again, if you have any questions,